Hi everyone, I'm Sarah from Ethical Consumer. Welcome to our latest video in our ethical shopping series. Today I'm going to be talking about fast fashion and why we're boycotting it. Here are 5 things you need to know about one of the world's most polluting industries. Number 1. What makes it fast? Pretty much everything connected with fast fashion moves just that little bit too quickly. Firstly, the trends. Brands are no longer happy with a new collection per season. We now have micro trends, with some brands bringing out new lines every week or in response to Instagram posts. Fast fashion is becoming Insta fashion. And with trends changing so rapidly, production has to be quick. Don't worry about the quality or how it's produced, just get it out and fast. Buying the stuff is also quick and easy. Click a button, maybe 2, no need to even leave the house. And then it arrives the next day. The average person in the UK buys 60% more clothes today than in 2000. Sadly, the lifespan of the garments are also pretty fast. Wear it once, maybe twice, and then off it goes to landfill. A recent survey found that 1 in 3 young women consider an item worn just once or twice to be old. And that last part, when it goes to landfill, that part is all too slow, but we'll come back to that later. Number 2. Driven by consumers, celebrities, and brands. Fast fashion brands often target young people, or so-called Gen Zs, brought up amongst social media and influencer culture. Brands focus on responding to ever-changing consumer tastes as quickly as possible. A celebrity posts a photo wearing a new outfit, and their followers want it. So fast fashion brands rush to be the first to provide it. For example, Manchester-based fast fashion company In The Style recently reproduced a bodysuit worn by Kylie Jenner. The company had the piece designed, manufactured, and on sale within 10 days of the piece first being worn by the celebrity. A recent survey found that almost 75% of 18 to 24-year-olds believe that influencers can be held partly accountable for the rise in disposable fashion. They clearly have a lot to answer for, but what are the true costs of fast fashion? Number 3. Fast production causes misery for workers. In order to offer ultra-low prices, fast fashion brands need their costs to be low. One of the main ways of doing this is to drive down the wages of garment workers in the supply chain. In recent years, many UK fast fashion brands have found the cheapest labor close to home, often in quasi-legal factories in cities such as Leicester. Boohoo has become a symbol of fast fashion's worker exploitation problem. Numerous exposés have shown that while the pockets of Boohoo's directors are bursting at the seams, the people who actually stitch the seams of their clothing are paid in pittance, with some found to have been paid under half the minimum wage. An independent report which looked in depth at Boohoo's Leicester supply chain found that the allegations of unacceptable working conditions and underpayment of workers are not only well-founded, but are substantially true. It also claimed that these problems were endemic to the system and likely found across Boohoo's supply chain. We think it's the same in the supply chain of many other fast fashion companies. And if you're after independent and reliable advice on ethical shopping, like this video now and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our latest videos. Worker exploitation is an essential part of the fast fashion model. If an item is really cheap, chances are the person who produced it was paid little. But it's not only the workers who suffer. Number 4. There's a big environmental cost. The endless creation of new clothes comes with a hefty environmental price tag. Every year, the sector requires 93 billion cubic meters of water and is responsible for around 20% of industrial water pollution as a result of textile treatment and dyeing. The industry also has a heavy carbon footprint and is responsible for up to 10% of total global carbon emissions. These are estimated to increase by 50% by 2030, and sadly, things are getting worse. There are also numerous problems with the materials and processes used. For example, cotton production uses 6% of the world's pesticides and 16% of the world's insecticides. But one issue is particularly endemic to fast fashion: plastic. The textile sector accounts for 15% of total plastic use. The only other sectors that use more are construction and packaging. These plastic fibers, such as polyester and nylon, are made with heavily processed petrochemicals or fossil fuels and are cheap to produce. For example, polyester costs half as much per kilo as cotton and helps brands keep prices low. Now it's found in almost half of all textiles produced. Many brands are making a song and dance about using recycled plastic for their clothes. But a recent report by the Royal Society for Arts, Manufacturers and Commerce found that the actual level of recycled content was pitifully low. Across 4 major online fast fashion brands, the use of recycled fabrics was a mere 4%. Our analysis of fast fashion brand Shein's website found its recycled content was even lower, at only 0.5%, despite the brand claiming, when selecting materials, we do our best to source recycled fabric, such as recycled polyester. Then there's the additional problem of microfibers, the minuscule bits of fabric that are released when clothes are washed, worn, or disposed of. Clothes release 500,000 tons of microfibers into the ocean every year. That's equivalent to 50 billion plastic bottles. These fibers have been found almost everywhere, from the summit of Mount Everest to the placentas of unborn babies. We still don't know the effects they may have. Then there is the waste. As I said earlier, many of the bought clothes are thrown away after being worn just a handful of times. The industry produces an estimated 92 million tons of textile waste annually, much of which is burnt or finds its way to landfill, while less than 1% of used clothing is recycled into new garments. Some of this waste consists of items that have never even reached the consumer. Clothing lines that have become outdated are destroyed instead of sold. The shocking reality of fast fashion's waste problem hit the headlines last year with a report on the mountains of discarded clothing ending up in Chile's Atacama Desert. A total of 59,000 tons of secondhand clothing is said to arrive to Chile for resale every year from Europe, the US, and Asia. However, an estimated 39,000 tons is unable to be sold and ends up dumped in the desert. The piles mounting up in the Atacama and in landfills across the world are not biodegradable. Number 5. You can make a difference. I think it's pretty clear that fast fashion is bad news for people and the planet, but it doesn't have to be the norm. There are some simple things you can do. Firstly, think twice about buying from fast fashion brands such as Boohoo, Forever 21, Missguided, Shein, and other fast fashion brands. There are some great alternatives, and you can find some of these on our site. There are loads of great places to buy secondhand, from eBay to Beyond Retro. You can also repair what you already have. If you want to do more, you could join a fast fashion campaign such as Fashion Revolution or the Clean Clothes campaign. For more information on all the above, check out 10 tips to ditch fast fashion on our website. Are you boycotting any fast fashion companies? What are your favorite ethical alternatives? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget, we are here to help you on your ethical journey, so like this video, subscribe to the Ethical Consumer channel, and turn on notifications so you can receive all our latest videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.